What's up, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back. Glad you're here. Today we have a special treat for you just in time for Halloween. That's right. We're going to be looking at the Spooky Monsters deck by Will Roya and playingcarddecks.com. So get your costumes on. We're going there. Let's go. All right, so what do we have here? We have the Bicycle Monster deck. That's right, poker size limited edition deck by Will Roya and Playing Card Decks. Okay, for those of you that want a little bit of background about this deck, you know, 285 backers pledged pretty much about $6,800, which brought this project to life and funded it completely out of only $5,000 goal. Okay, so like I said, about 285 backers, I think it was the exact number. And yeah, these were inspired by classic monsters from stories and myths. Things like Hansel and Gretel, the werewolf, things like that. And this deck was, set to appeal to all ages, from kids to adults. Each set of courts represents a different type of monster, things like that. And this is a 100% custom deck, okay? And it will only print once, and that's it. And it's already done. So, yeah. And they're printed by the United States Playing Card Company. So, yeah. In light of Halloween, let's get into it. So here on the tuck case, and for those of you who are familiar with Will Roya and Playing Card Decks, they do a lot of these, bicycle-inspired decks and whatnot. They did this one. They did the Armageddon deck. They did the, man, dude, they've done so many of these type of decks. But you know what? It works. It really works for them. I do know this one was very close to not making it. Like I said, $5,000 goal, and it only reached 1,800 over. And yeah, it didn't even hit the first stretch goal, which was 7,500, and that was for a numbered seal. So yeah. But it funded, and that's all that matters. So yeah, like I said, you got this big eye on the front, this looking monster, which will come into play later in one of the aces. Okay. It says premium playing cards down there. It has monster here across. Here on the bottom, you have a little bit of ad copy by playingcarddecks.com. Okay. And these were, I believe, designed by Joe Ruiz, if I'm not mistaken. Here on the top, it says poker size limited edition. And you have the standard USPCC tuck seal. Okay. Here on this side, it says air cushion finish, made in the USA. Here on this side, it says the United States Playing Card Company. Okay. And here on the inside, you got a little bit more ad copy by Bicycle and the logos. And looky there, you have a pretty cool 6 of spades card reveal on the inner flaps. Okay. Here on the back is the back design of the cards. Pretty cool little design. Very spooky, like I said, very Halloweenish. All right, you have these skull, on each side. You have the bats, as you see here. And it's pretty funny because at first, when I first seen this design, I didn't notice the bat heads, and it literally just looked like they were like bat skull heads at first, which is pretty funny, but yeah. And then here you have like the hammer and stake for like vampires and stuff like that. Here on this side, you have like the chalice over here with like this smoke coming out of it. And it is a two-way back design, all right? And this looks like Castle Transylvania, or maybe even like Dracula's castle. I don't know. Could be a bit of anything and whatnot. But yeah. So that's it for the tuck case. Let's look at these cards. All right, this deck is a 100% custom deck from the pips indices all the way down to also the court cards. As you can see here, they went with the spades with that eyeball that kind of looks familiar from the front of the tuck box. All right, the diamond, I'm not really sure what they were going with in that sense. I don't know if it's supposed to look like a shield or what. The clubs are meant to look like skulls that are meeting at the mouths, okay? And then last but not least, the hearts, which are, of course, supposed to look like beating hearts. All right, so as far as the court cards are concerned, like I said, they went with the theme of famous and scary monsters. Like I said, a lot of these do look very familiar, like the King of Hearts that resembles Frankenstein. The Queen of Hearts, I believe, is supposed to be like Elvira. All right. A lot of these are also fairy tales, like the Jack of Clubs, I believe, is supposed to be like the Lizard Man. The King of Clubs, like the Kraken. All right. And there is the King of Spades that finishes off that 2-card transpo I spoke of and showed earlier. All right. The Queen of Spades, not sure what that one is, or the Jack of Spades. And then up here on the diamonds, you have the really cool Medusa for the Queen of Diamonds. And then this cool little Gorgon slash devil guy for the King of Diamonds. When it comes to the aces are very cool and intricately designed by Ruiz. The Ace of Hearts, this very detailed heart, as you can see. The Ace of Clubs, once again, that resembles the clubs meeting at the mouth part for the skulls. The diamonds, once again, that looks like this almost shieldish type of design. And the same eyeball monster that we've seen on the tuck, as well as the indice, or the pip, shall I say, of the spades. All right, so what are my final thoughts on this deck? It's a beautiful deck. It really is. I mean, look, it fans perfectly. You know, the spreads are just about as perfect as you can get. Next to a Cardamundi deck. I'm sorry, I love Cardamundi. So yeah, the only thing that and here's the thing, right? It's nothing against the deck itself. It is a very well-made deck. Will Roya is always a busy man and always knows how to approach and put out a deck, okay? Here's the thing. With these and any deck, for that matter, that is a themed deck, you're not going to be going out there with this deck and really doing close-up work with a deck like this, right? This is more aimed for like a collector, maybe like little fun gameplay. Like I said, you can be, if you're having Halloween parties or whatever, you can bring out this deck and, it's a spooky little whatever. You can even, if you did want to use this for Magic, you could do this for Magic one day of the year on Halloween. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I see this designed for. Other than that, because it's not really, I don't think it's really geared towards the worker magician. Cardistry, yeah, I mean, you can really use any deck for cardistry. Let's be real, okay? It don't matter what it is. You can use a blank deck. I've seen it happen. There is a cardist out there that uses a blank deck. So yeah. Very nice deck. Not for me. Like I said, the themed decks that are coming out these days, and it's nothing against Will. Will Roya and playing card decks are amazing, okay? If you're not familiar with Will Roya, he did the Arco decks that were just relaunched this past year, and I'll leave the my review up here for it. But yeah, it's just, he's a great mind, and I would never take that away from him, especially for a deck, that just doesn't fit my needs. So yeah, I give this deck, man, I'm gonna say a 3 out of a 5.
it just doesn't hit for me. You know, like I said, it's not a everyday magician's deck. You know, the worker, it doesn't have the worker in mind. It's just, yeah, I don't like it. So I love Will, just don't love the deck. That's all. So that's it today, guys. Hope you enjoyed this review as much as I enjoyed doing it for you. Please consider hitting that like button if you enjoyed it as well. And consider subscribing if you have not already. And you can become a member of my dysfunctional family. That's it today, guys. I love yous, and I will see you on the next one.